Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go!
Okay, like what's that in your what? Help me out. What's that pink thing in your hair there? But you knew I was going to say what that was.
It's my pick. It's my pick.
That's your pick.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is it hard? Like, listen, I'm fascinated with hair because look at me, I got a 5 head. Okay,
Yeah.
is it hard to maintain
It's not
your hair?
No, but it's definitely something that I keep in my hair, just like as a unique kind of characteristic. But
Is it always a pink pick, or do you change the color of the pick, or what?
I change the color of the pick. I change the length too. Depends on how long my hair is.
Yeah. So is
Yeah.
this relatively short, or what?
Yeah. Right now, my hair is pretty short.
Okay, awesome,
Yeah.
man. I'm trying to think what kind of celebrity who you remind me of. I'm trying to think. Do you ever get that? Like, does anybody say you look like such and such?
No, not anyone I can think of.
You kind of remind me of does Kevin Hart have a mustache?
No, he doesn't. He
He does
doesn't.
not. He does not. You kind of remind me of Kevin Hart a little bit, but
I love that. I love
get the
that.
get the must. Who's your favorite comedian? Do you have a favorite comedian?
Probably Kevin Hart, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
hey, Chris, what are you taking in school?
I'm currently in business. I'm going to major in finance.
Okay, so what do you like? What do you want to do with your life once football's done, whenever that is?
Honestly, it truly just depends on kind of where I'm at. Like my plan is like once football's done and I'm kind of out of the structure of everyday practice and everything, I kind of want to just settle down and probably travel a little bit just
Hmm.
to get off my feet and come back home, probably get a government job. Then eventually, like I do want to like have my own property. I want to flip houses and probably just be my own boss.
Awesome, man. Any aspirations to play professional football?
If the opportunity arises, absolutely. Like, of course, as CFL, this year is my draft year, and I
Yeah.
would absolutely love to be drafted. But and I think it's just more so getting a shot at the combine and kind of showing my skills there first.
You've had a bit of injury history, but how's the body holding up now, man? You had a nice little end of the season, and you're rolling here this year.
Yeah, the body's doing well. I mean, there's nicks and bruises, but of course, I mean, being the kind of back that I am, those are expected. It's just about staying healthy and being able to get to the next game.
So yeah, running back's an interesting position. I had Marshall Erickson on last week, your running mate. It's
Yeah,
the it's the only position in football where they really can take liberties at you. They could hit you from all angles. They don't really protect the running backs. Do you embrace that? Do you like that? Do you and talk about the hammer nail mentality?
yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I think I embrace it more than anything, just because I know the kind of back that I am, and I almost invite contact. And obviously, like in the long run, that's not the goal. But I think that once I can sit there and beat you down a little bit throughout the game, it kind of sets a tone on the defense, and they start to let up a little. And I think that's when the big plays come. That's when we're able to see the holes hit them. So I think that my game does really bring a different kind of aspect to our offense. So it's something I do enjoy. Like I do look for contact.
What's your body dimensions? Like how big are you? Like height and weight?
Right now I'm 5'10", 228.
So you're almost kind of like I don't know exactly what his weight is. You kind of remind me a little bit of a Brady Oliveira,
Yeah,
actually.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think that in the CFL game, that's absolutely someone I'd model my game after. So
Yeah. What do you like about his game? He seems to be very versatile. He loves contact, and he gets better the more he gets the ball.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's just the fact that people don't expect how quick he is and how fast he can move in and out of cuts, and the fact that he does have really good hands in the pass game. And I think that's something I do take pride in, and getting the opportunity to get those touches or just is just a different story just because of how our offense is ran and how well we've been running the ball. So
Yeah.
I think it's
Do
just more of a moment kind of thing.
you got a nickname?
What was that one more time?
Do you have a nickname?
Um, when I was younger, they used to call me Dozer.
Dozer? Okay, why Dozer? Because you're a bulldozer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of like where it came from. So
How about Pick?
pick, yeah, actually that is actually a nickname that my equipment manager Bob, he always calls me Pick for sure.
So on game day, do you walk around with a green or a gold pick in your hair?
No, that's the plan. Like, honestly, I was thinking about getting myself a custom pick and putting a ram on it, but that's
Yeah.
that's currently in the works. But
That'd be cool, man.
yeah,
Gotta get some sort of endorsement deal from like some hair product, from hair like a stylist, like a Tommy Guns or something like that. That's what we need, right?
for sure, like a
That's what we
trade.
need. Hey, so do you guys have a nickname for yourself in the backfield, like Thunder and Lightning, you and Marshall?
We call each other we're Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I love it.
It's
I
like
love
we
it.
kind of mirror the Detroit Lions backfield, like Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. So
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Is there a running competition between you guys? Like if he gets an 80-yard run, you got to rip off an 80-yard run. Like he's got 140 on the floor. I got to get 100. Like you're into finance and numbers, so do you keep kind of running tabulation on the sidelines or what?
I mean, no, I wouldn't say it's a sideline thing. I think it's more of a practice thing where we push each other every single day, and it's about whoever's not hitting the hole or you're not hitting it hard enough or something like that. Like we kind of push each other to the point where it's like, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. And now you have to pass me, kind of thing, you know. And so I think it's more of like a everyday type of thing. Because game day, of course, it's all about the win. It's all about the team and how we're doing. So it's not really a 1v1 battle there.
You're not the only guy that's gone through injuries, but how much, staying healthy and having success, how much do you stop and smell the roses and you're grateful and you appreciate that?
No, I think every day, honestly, it's just being able to say that I have the opportunity to practice today and taking that with a grain of salt and making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do to stay healthy for the next day.
Um, things keep going the way they're going. There's a collision course with you and the Saskatoon U of S Huskies coming up here. How much you got to guard against not looking too far ahead?
Um, Honestly, it's just about taking it a day at a time. Like we don't think of it as like, oh, we're playing Huskies in a couple weeks. It's just another football game, and we have a big game coming up this week against UBC, and that's who we're focused on. That's who our eyes are on. They have a good defense. They're athletic, so we're just trying to come out and play some Rams football.
How tough? Yeah, how tough is that trip to go out? Like you get to go on a plane, which is kind of cool, but you still got to go out. It's the big city. Do you get out and enjoy the big city, or what do you guys do? Just hang around the hotel? What does it look like for you?
It's a business trip. It's a business trip. It's kind of how we've all been treating it, and I think that's how we're looking at it. We're here to play football. We're not here to enjoy the city as much as Vancouver's a cool place to be in, but we know that we're going into battle against a good football team, and that's kind of like where our eyes are at.
And they're going to be a pissed off football team because they got their ass handed to them by the Huskies. So you're probably well aware of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got to be sharp. We got to be sharp for sure.
Where does that stadium, that whole atmosphere fit for you? Like sometimes you go on, I don't know, is this their homecoming game? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I think no. Is it their homecoming game or I don't know, or do they play Manitoba in that game, the first game?
I think this is their homecoming game. Usually
Okay, so
they love to host us for their homecoming, so.
yeah, so they got a big crowd. You can kind of see the ocean in the distance there. How do you like playing in that stadium? How do you like this trip in terms of playing it there at UBC?
It's awesome, honestly. It's a lot of fun. It's a great atmosphere. They really know how to put it on for the students for sure. And it's always nice to quiet down a big crowd every time we're over there. So
yeah, no kidding, man. Hey, thanks a lot for your time. Have a safe trip, and I enjoy watching Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield. I can't wait to see some more of that here. It's pretty. Here's the thing, though. One more thing about that. I know you don't look too far ahead, but you're kids. Like you're young men, you're young alpha dogs. You come on, you look up the highway at that Huskies running attack, and you're like, they're not better than us. Like, aren't you just you guys got to be looking at that at the box scores, going, come on, Marshall, we're better than those three dudes.
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, we know they've got a cavalry, but I'll take our guys any day of the week.
Yeah. Hey, I guess one more thing. Is there any pressure or any talk about you're hosting the Vanier Cup, first time ever the Rams are, and with what you guys did remarkably and unexpectedly, maybe not in your locker room, but on the outside, especially with how you got in and everything like that. Is there any pressure to play in that game?
I mean, At the end of the day, I think every team in Can West has pressure on them, and I think it's more so about just taking it one day at a time. And the long season, it's only week 3, so I don't want to look too far ahead. But it's pretty cool that it is being hosted in Regina, so super excited about that. But at the end of the day by day.
Anyway, man, it was fun talking to you. Best of luck, okay? And then continued health and success, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
First off, good job on the call there. Trying to steal my job.
Thanks a bunch. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Ethan and I and my daughter were in the Dairy Queen parking lot in Winnipeg watching the fourth quarter while we were having our blizzards and chocolate dip cone, something that a diabetic shouldn't have. But I thought I'd treat myself while I watched Avery Leblanc call the game. Who was doing color with you, by the way?
Hannah Grace. She went to WABC, same as me. And she's a friend of a friend, or a relative of a friend, I should say. And she's a very sports aspiring broadcaster. So she's done stuff for the Rams. She was doing the sideline reporting for the Rams the night before, and she's done a bunch of hockey games. So it was nice to have her on.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good game too. Tight game, defensive struggle. What are some of your takeaways from that one?
Yeah, it just came down to who could move the ball more than the other, and it was the Hilltops, honestly. Aside from a fake punt to Borsch that was gashed for 51 yards to get them into the red zone, the Thunder couldn't do much offensively. And now that you've pulled that out of your bag of tricks, you're not really going to do that again when you have to go back to Saskatoon and take them on in the next matchup, which is still a little ways away. And there's still adjustments to be made, but yeah, it was a slugfest, so to speak. There was a lot of punting. Green put up most of the points for the Thunder, and he had one miss, which definitely came to bite them at the end there because they were down by 3 at the end, right? So, but it was just not able to execute on offense. That's what it came down to.
Well, it comes down to one or two plays, and sometimes one or two of those plays are referee things or things that they didn't do. Your brother was involved in an iffy play. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and there was, I can't remember what down it was. I think it was close, like it was second or third down, and or it was first. I can't remember what down it was because it was just a blur in that drive. But Lauren had knocked down a pass, and on his way to bat the ball down, he had clipped the receiver or grabbed his shoulder. And, looking at it over and over again, it could have gone either way. In my opinion, in the heat of the moment, it definitely was not a flag. But, yeah, I don't know. It was a ticky-tack call. There was one in the end zone at the end on Mayo that was a little bit more obvious. But Lauren's clearly playing the football on that one play. So that resulted in Saskatoon driving down the field and getting that last touchdown to wrap it up.
Well, we know the Thunder have a great running game. Did Saskatoon keep that in check pretty well?
Yeah, like Borsch got stacked up pretty well. He had Tanner. What's the defender's name? He had a linebacker kept meeting him in the hole. Zayden Taylor had his number all night, along with Isaac Michalik. Like they were meeting him there. They didn't put Ashman in the backfield very much. Like he was not in there at all. He was strictly a returner for the evening, which I was kind of surprised because Borsch was taking some licks, hitting the gaps, right? So I was a little surprised that they didn't try and fit him in and maybe get him going in the receiving game, trying to use it as an extension of the run game. But both teams ran the ball decently. And it just the passing game couldn't get really going for Regina. Elias, the third string quarterback, he came in. He played very well, 14 of 25, 188 yards, and he didn't throw any picks or any touchdowns. So I'm wondering if Saskatoon will just stick with him the rest of the year.
Yeah, so really that's what it's going to come down to as we go forward for the formula for Regina. They got to get that passing game where it's pretty consistent. Competent wouldn't be
Yes.
the word I'd use, but at least consistent where they could be borderline dangerous at times. Like there needs to be some sort of element where, hey, we can't just put everybody in the box and stop the run.
Well, and after the PFC final, like the Hilltops were ready for that run game, right? Like they weren't going to let them run for almost 300 yards on them, right? So that was definitely out of the picture, and they didn't have that Sadiq element like they did last time. So
Yeah. So we've got the Winnipeg Rifles in town, and the Winnipeg Rifles got the season going early on, knocking off the Hilltops, giving them their only loss. So they will not be a free space in the bingo card. That should be an interesting game this coming weekend.
yeah, they actually lost to Calgary on a last-second field goal, so that was definitely heart-wrenching for them. But I'm sure that they'll be coming into Regina with a bit of vengeance there after that heartbreaking loss. And it's like you said, they handed Saskatoon their first loss of the season, their only loss in the season so far. So, and with that loss, it makes the meetup in Saskatoon later down the line with the Regina Thunder that much more meaningful. Because if the Thunder win that, then they're taking first place most likely if they can win out the rest of the schedule after that. But yeah, the Rifles are not a force that you can just take lightly. They've shown that they can be a real team here this year.
And weather will be an issue because come Friday, it's supposed to rain all weekend. Friday, Saturday, and then, of course, game day Sunday, 60% chance of showers and only 20. So ball protection, making sure you secure that ball is going to be very key in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully the wind isn't as bad as it could potentially be with the rain. And, I wonder how much that'll affect the play calling, if they're going to just run the balls more or if they'll try and they won't throw downfield as much potentially as well. And that means a lot of farmers can come to the game as well, hey?
Yeah, that's right. Is your family done with the harvest?
Not quite. No, we still got a little bit of moisture up there. So Dad's been working on the peas and stuff like that. So it's going slowly, but it's moving along like everywhere else in the province. So this rain, it's gonna put a pause on things here this week.
It's gonna really sound dumb, so don't laugh at me too. Like when I think peas, I think of going to like the Lumsden Gardens and getting my peas. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Your peas,
yeah,
like
the garden, the shell peas.
Yeah. So how do your peas are just like? What are your peas that you guys grow?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not that much of a farmer. There's a reason I talk for a living, So
they're not shell peas. Like I don't know that. Like when I hear peas, that's what I think of.
So to my understanding, that there is still a shell, but it's not the same shell that you would pick out of the garden, right?
Okay.
It's a different type of shell. It's a harder shell, and the peas are a lot harder. So yeah, it's a little different. They're genetically modified in a different way. So.
Okay, so other than the fact that you're like me and you don't like hard work, like you don't like the hard work that comes with being on the farm, okay, other than that, like I was a urban guy, you're a rural guy, like from the farm. What made you wanted to get into radio and be a broadcaster? By the way, you did a much, can I be totally honest? I'll critique you right here. Like I listened to the game and you sound a lot more polished this year than you did last year. So kudos to you. But what made you want to do that? Like what made you want to get off a combine and into a broadcast booth?
Well, and it's funny, like I worked on the farm a little bit, didn't do much in the combine. I raised a lot of farm animals and stuff like that. So did a lot of stuff in the barn mainly and with the chickens and the pigs. But when I was in high school, like grade 12, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to be involved with football. And it's funny, like I thought about playing football like after high school, and that just wasn't in the cards for me. My shoulders were too bad. So I was like, I don't want to hurt myself doing this.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, well, maybe there's another branch of coaching and refereeing and stuff like that, just staying involved with it. And tried trades. That wasn't for me. And then, just ended up finding a broadcasting school in Saskatoon, WABC. And, got a taste of radio and through work experience, which was pretty cool. And, from there, it just ran with it. So it's been a lot of fun since then.
It's awesome, man. So, we got the call on Sunday, me and you on Access Now. I'm going to do the first half, and then you're going to do the second half, and that's how we'll do the last game, too. We'll split it.
Sounds good.
Does that sound good to you?
That sounds great to me.
Okay, and then, so, like, things have bought, like, it's always a two-horse race. That's what it seems like. It's I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I love junior football. I played junior football. It's near and dear to my heart. They still can get some great players from junior football, obviously, that go on to the CFL. But the PFC it's borderline boring for this reason. It's always just like a 2-horse race. That's why, like, the Rams left, because the Rams got bored. Like, yes, the Hilltops are a dominant team, but make no mistake about it, the Hilltops would not be a dominant team if the Rams were still around. It wouldn't be, they weren't running roughshod on anybody. Yes, it would be like the Rams would kick ass for 3 years and the Hilltops would win 1 year, and then the Rams would win 2 years and the Hilltops might get a win. Like, you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
And the Thunder's starting to close the gap and make it like a 1A and 1B. But here's something I can never figure out. I don't, maybe you have an answer to this. I don't know that you do. How in the bloody hell can Calgary, Edmonton, and Winnipeg not field consistently good teams? Like, you got the Dinos, and that's it. There's no other program. You got the Bisons, there's no other program. You got the U of A, but the U of A focuses, at least it did under Chris Morris, they focused on, like, certain players that were academically, like, Chris Morris wanted to make it the Stanford of Can West, okay? That's kind of what his mentality was when he was recruiting my son. That's what he said. I don't know if they still have that mentality. And then you've got Huskies and Wildcats. Why can't we have some decent teams all the time? Like, a lot of times, there's 5 teams in the league? 6 teams in the league? 6 teams in the league? 6? 3 are horseshit. 3 are usually horseshit.
Yeah, that 4th team that makes it in the playoffs usually gets boat raced, right?
Yeah, it's brutal. It's horseshit. I don't get it.
No, I don't understand it either. I mean, I don't know if it's a recruiting issue. Like, going to the game on Saturday, the Thunder had numerous high school players there trying to recruit them, bring them in, show them what the program's all about, where you're going to potentially be playing one day if you make the team, right? That sort of thing. I don't know if these other programs are doing that sort of thing, right? Of bringing them in and showing them that all the cool things that you get to do when you're a part of the team. And that's a huge part of the marketing, is like really ingraining these kids in the environment. But yeah,
you can't do things half-ass either. Like depth charts.
No.
Like, give me depth charts. Don't have Avery Leblanc and Michael Ball show up to a game and get the depth chart 10 minutes before the game. And
I agree.
You and I ask consistently. We ask days ahead. And listen, I know for the most part, like, except for, actually, most of it is volunteer. Some of the coaches, I don't know if all of them, but I know a couple, maybe, at least the Rams used to get stipends, okay? And I still think the university teams do. So I don't know if the coaches get, like, a bare minimum stipend of, like, it'd be like $2,500 for the year. Like, definitely it's working for pennies. And the rest of it's volunteer. So I don't want to bang on, like, I get people have lives and everything like that. But you either go all the way in or you don't go all the way in. Like, you got to make it as, like, if the kids are working their ass off, then everybody behind the scenes got to work their ass off. Not just with the Thunder and Hilltops, but with these other teams too. Like, come on. Like, come on. I don't understand it.
I agree. And, like, this is an issue with every other team aside from Regina and Saskatoon. You go to look up the roster for a team on their team website, and there's no numbers or names sometimes, and they're not labeled properly, or it's just not organized. And it makes our job hard, but it also, like, you're not marketing your players properly. You still have guys that are 5, 4, 3 years removed from the league, and they're still on your website. Like, we got to update, and it's not hard to do on a website. Like, if you get somebody in the building that's willing to do this volunteer, or even pay them bare minimum to figure out a website, somebody that's in marketing can basically figure out a website. Or you could pay an outside firm to do it for cheap. I mean, it's not that hard.
Well, and hey, they got the streaming service, which is good, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. It's good, I guess. And there are young broadcasters like yourself that are trying. And I think you're I do think you have a pretty bright future. And I'm not dismissing what I see, like, for what I just said. These guys and girls don't get the information right away. So you're kind of going into a game blind. So that hurts it, okay? But it's like, do you want to be reputable or not? Like, you and I pitched, let's just do some road games on the radio, and never heard anything back. I didn't hear back. Well, we can't do it because the CJFL streaming, there's a conflict. Never heard anything back. Like I wanted to do it right here on Ballsy Uncut. Just picture it. You got a Colts helmet and a Thunder helmet, and we're on the road and we're calling the game just like it's a radio game. Like, yeah, it's not streaming, but at least those two guys, Ballsy and Leblanc, they know the guys. They know the teams. They're going to get a professional broadcast. Like, if you want to, in today's day and age, you just can't. Yeah, back in the day when I played junior, you could just go show up, play the game, whatever. People are going to come watch, friends and family. Now there's so many other distractions, things to do, social media, so many games. You have to make it so that people do want to spend their time and a little bit of money to come watch you play. It's the facts.
For sure. And you know, I do think that Saskatoon and Regina do have an advantage in the sense of, like, maybe there's more businesses that are willing to sponsor the team or support the team through their advertising budget or marketing budget, whatever it may be. So I don't know if these teams are going out to these businesses. Obviously, you don't want to be beggars in a way, but, like, you got to at least try, you know? The worst thing a business is going to say is no, you know?
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I've been told no a few times, so I totally understand and get it. Hey, I got to ask you if you heard about this. I actually had a couple of Thunder parents talk to me this week, one in DM, one actually face-to-face, okay? I won't name them, but they said they were told by their kids that in the Huskies game, the Husky players were coming up to the Thunder players and saying they are sorry about all the unnecessary roughness and after the whistle penalties that happened in that game a few weeks ago in Regina, because they were told they were green-lighted by their coaches to take cheap shots against the Thunder. Now, that could just be hearsay on the field, but these are what the players told their parents when they got done from the Husky players. So yes, I'm like, that is the ultimate unsportsmanship, and somebody at the league needs to look at that, because that's bullshit.
Oh, and you know, it's funny because, like, I had heard secondhand as well that the coach still ripped into the players because they were down whatever the score was at halftime, which it was like 40-0 or something along those lines, right? Yeah. So I just don't understand that mentality of, like, hey, go out there and tear heads off after the play's done, and then ripping your players because you're down. Like, and the crazy thing is that week one, when they went at each other, the Huskies were leading at halftime. Like, you had a good formula for that game, and it didn't work in the end, but you were close. Why not stick with that formula in essence, right? So it's definitely crazy that a coach would say that to his players. Like, that, like, I understand being physical, but going after, because there was a lot of penalties. Yeah. After, like, during that game, we were like, what are we doing here? Like, this is after the play, clear and obvious, and guys are getting 15-yard penalties after they had just ripped off a first down run. Yeah. Hey, man, it's going to be great. I love sharing a booth with you. I'll take the first half, you take the second half, and then the last game, I'll get you to take the first half, I'll take the second half, because I think this game should be competitive. I would expect it to be competitive with the weather in there, so it'll be a tight game. We all know, though, in a lot of these games, the second half is a lot of storytelling, so I'll let you call the first half of the last game, so there's still some intrigue to it, okay? Sounds good, man. Well, I appreciate it, and looking forward to the second half of the season here. Really jacked up. And I didn't mean that like I'm doing you a favor. What I meant is I still want to do play-by-play because that's what I want to do. Of course. But at the end of the day, I got to recognize the up-and-coming guys, okay? I appreciate it. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I don't want you to go back to the farm either, except when you're back for Thanksgiving or when harvest is done, right? Yeah, no, for sure. I do appreciate it. So, looking forward to the last few weeks here. And, it's fun to share a booth with you, man. We'll talk soon.